Thank you all for being here. So excited. Hannah's filling in for Jay as my co-host. Hannah Kim, everybody. Let's just get right to it because we have a big show tonight. So to start, we're just going to talk about the impeachment trial. Is all but over after Senators Lamar Alexander and Lisa Murkowski. I was going to say Murkowski, but that's not it. No. Voted against allowing witnesses at the trial. And it looks like Trump will be acquitted on party lines. Turn that phone off. Anyway, I would just say, after fucking like this, you'd think at least Trump would give the Constitution a check for $130,000. That's right. The porn star gets
Daniels
it. At least
reference.
the Constitution could get it, yeah.
Our country is in debt. Anyway, this month, Bernie Sanders is having the band The Strokes join him for a campaign rally. Because irony is something you just don't get when you're 78.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Heart attack.
It was just reported that a Nintendo theme park is officially coming to Universal Orlando in 2023. Yeah, capitalizing on a long history of Florida men taking mushrooms and jumping on turtles.
That sounds delightful. Not to be outdone, the Atari company is planning to build a series of video game-themed hotels. Every room will come equipped with an Atari system, VR headsets, and your mother yelling at you, "Go play outside, it's a beautiful day."
That's right. Hannah, do you know what Atari is?
No.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I was born in 1993.
Yeah, that's when I graduated from college. Okay. Scientists using a new dating method have found that half of the bottles of aged whiskey are not actually as old as suggested. In fact, many of them aren't even old enough to drink themselves. No. I know, but they can enlist in the army, so at least there's that.
Yeah. A Tennessee man who was appearing in court this week for possession of marijuana lit up a joint in the courtroom during his hearing to emphasize his views on legalization. Legalize it. When questioned about it, the man said he was inspired by the time Jeffrey Dahmer ate a peanut butter and people sandwich at his trial. We have a courtroom sketch, I believe.
Yep, there it is.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, I'm so hungry. It made me. See, it looks just like your salsa. Yeah. Joe Biden got angry on the campaign trail and told an Iowa voter who asked about climate change to go vote for someone else. And that's not even the most interesting part of that interaction. It turns out that the voter is a Tom Steyer fan, a creature so rare, many consider it to be a mythical beast like a unicorn or a moderate Republican.
I'll believe it when I see it. Guests at 3 major downtown hotels have been complaining about the constant loud noise from the construction of the new Ritz-Carlton. So if you're a guest of the hotel, but don't like construction noise, you can come stay at my house, where you only have to listen to my neighbors who are trying out polyamory and having a pretty rough go of it. Yeah, it's not as easy as you think.
Very thin walls.
It's okay, we've been talking.
She's
She's fine with it.
It's just, you gotta talk it out a lot. Former Congressman John Delaney ended his presidential run this week. That's right. See, many of you probably didn't even know he was running, which is exactly the problem. In his statement, Delaney said his biggest mistake was depending too much on his fame from playing Bill on The King of the Hill.
Only got him so far, yeah. A brewery in Florida released beer cans that feature dogs that are ready to be adopted from local shelters. Sorry, orphans.
And finally, this week, the UK officially left the European Union.
Wow.
After the European Parliament ratified Britain's departure, they broke out into the Scottish song Auld Lang Syne, immediately followed by a rousing rendition of Taylor Swift's "We Are Never, Ever, Ever Getting Back Together." Okay, so let's all do that together. No, it doesn't work.
No, we can't afford this.
Special, everybody! extra specials, everybody. Oh yeah, there's a very funky.
There was only a piano at first, so now we got a guitar. What the hell else we got over there?
Oh, you just wait. We're gonna have a whole marching band in a couple weeks, so.
That man is learning his instruments.
He's obviously been coming here a lot, which is really, really nice. How are you, Hannah?
I'm great.
It's so glad. It's so nice to have you here. What's going on? What's new with you this week?
Well, I'm learning guitar right now, so that's kind of what I've been doing this. Yeah, can I actually play? I'm just kidding.
I was so excited. I thought you were gonna go play.
Actually, no.
But actually, you are gonna be our musical guest.
Yes.
When is that?
March 28th. Right now, it looks like. Yeah.
So Hannah has been a writer. You've been a performing guest,
Yes.
an interview guest, a co-host, and so you're going for the EGOT
That's
of
right.
Late Night Special
Yeah.
by being a musical guest on March 28th. Multifaceted.
Yeah.
How
You
long
will
have
never
been...
be the announcer. You will take this microphone from my
taking
cold
you
dead
down.
hands.
It's on the list, Bill. Sorry.
Ah!
You have to take a vacation someday.
Yeah, it's just a matter of time.
How long have you been learning guitar?
Well, I took a couple classes in college, but that was acoustic guitar. I'm doing electric guitar right now, and so like I don't know, 6, 7 months or something.
All right.
Yeah, so I'm a baby, but it's a lot of fun.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's incredible. And
Yeah.
I just started learning cello a couple years ago.
Cool.
And as we established, I'm twice your age. So
Yes.
I think a lot of people think like it's weird to start an instrument when you're older, but I think it's awesome.
No, yeah, I mean, I think our culture worships youth, you know, and not to get too much into that, but you
What
know.
are you saying?
Like
What are
30
you, what are you fucking saying?
well, we're like 30 under 30, you know? But
Yeah.
it's like you can learn something anytime, and like I think that's super awesome. Are you gonna be a musical guest sometime with your cello?
Oh my gosh.
I think we would like that, right?
Yeah.
Before you get too excited, let me explain that everyone loves the cello, right? It's one of the most beautiful sounding instruments there is. Now, if you take a neutral line and you say like cello at its best is way up here, learning the cello is one of the most horrifying sounds there is. It's like a dying whale. It's equally below the pleasure line. So yeah, but I'll do it if you guys really want to hear
Yeah,
it.
that'd be cool.
But I tried to pick it up like a couple weeks before I went on a tour because I wanted to play it in a show. I don't have it here now, buddy.
Like you just pull it from under your desk.
Yeah, all of a sudden. Hold on.
What the hell's under that desk?
I keep it in my vagina.
Well, this is taking a turn.
I was trying to think where I could keep it. Anyway.
How's your weekend though?
Well, that Taylor Swift joke made me happy. Has anybody watched the Taylor Swift documentary? Yeah. It's pretty great. It definitely will make you think about her differently, whether for better or for worse. It's insight into that life, which made me feel. I think what I came away with was, what is the point of having a shit ton of money if you never ever get to enjoy your life? You know, because
You're
she's
just too
working
famous.
constantly. She's working constantly, and she walks out of her house and there's just massive. She goes, "This is my house. Like this is my front door." She has to have a security guard and there's people. It's just crazy. It just doesn't sound fun
Yeah.
to me. But also next week we're not doing a show on February 15th. We're taking that week off. Jay will be at a festival, and I'm gonna go hang out with some friends in Vancouver because my friend is giving away his kidney on February 18th. Yeah, pretty cool. He's just giving it away, hoping someone will pick it up. No, he's giving it to a man who he hadn't seen in 10 years, and his kidneys were failing, and his hockey team, he's a pee-wee hockey coach, his team made a video asking some people to get tested to see if they could donate. It went viral. He saw that, and all his friends, they all got tested, and my friend Michael was a match, which was the perfect person to be the match because he's just one of the kindest people. So do you have that video, Anthony?
We're a match. I'm gonna give you my kidney.
What? Yeah. Oh, crazy.
It was news Stephen Gillis had dreamt of, but when it came, it was still hard to believe.
Everything.
What?
Gone through everything for 2 months.
He's the match.
I'm it. I'm number one.
What? Yeah. Huh? For real?
No. I'm thinking, oh, great, because so many people have said kind things like that. Usually means we're going into testing, or I'm a blood match because I'm a rare blood type as well, O negative. But then you can see where I kind of finally figured it out, and I'm like, what?
Gillis suffers from Crohn's disease. Last winter, doctors told him his health had deteriorated so much he would need a new kidney to survive. Now a former colleague is giving him the ultimate gift.
And I know he's such a top-notch, fantastic human being, and I thought I might be able to help, and so I tried to help, and it's all working out.
Still, I'm in shock and awe and disbelief. I'm, of course, elated, but I just cannot comprehend his kindness, his selflessness, his generosity. Like, why me?
The 38-year-old is recovering from colon surgery. Chances of finding a living donor were slim until his team decided to take on his cause.
Stephen really needs a kidney. If he does not find one, he might not be able to coach.
We know this is a lot to ask, but we know that there might be people out there willing to help. Please.
That message went viral, catching the eye of Tegan, a colleague that Gillis hadn't even seen in almost a decade. The kids say, though, they were just doing their part.
Once he told me, I actually was about to cry.
I was just so happy for him because he'd been so positive and everything for us, and just to see him finally get something, yeah, it was great.
Gillis is grateful for everything everyone has done, but he can't thank his old friend enough.
Michael, you're my hero.
Once he feels better, Gillis is promising to lobby for change. He wants to see BC follow in the footsteps of Nova Scotia, where you have to opt out of being an organ donor rather than opt in. Until then, he's hoping everyone will take that heroic first step of signing up to become an organ donor. Leanne Young, CBC News, Vancouver. Yeah. So some good vibes to Canada. It's pretty great. I just thought it would be great to start a comedy show making everybody cry. Yeah. So
Gonna bring the room down for me.
You're welcome. You're welcome. We want you to feel the whole gamut of emotions here at Late Night Special. Speaking of, though, there's another big emotion coming tomorrow, because tomorrow is a very special day. We all know there's a huge sporting event, and here at Late Night Special, we want you to be prepared. So now we're going to throw it to our announcer and sports commentator, or correspondent, Bill McKinley, and he'll give you a preview of the Super. What?
You can't say it.
Why can't she say super?
No. I know we promised this to all of our fans on the Late Night Special Tumblr page, but the league got wind of it and sent us a very, very sternly worded letter with many expletives, so we can do the preview, but we can't use any of the logos, names, cities, players, football terms, or anything else trademarked by the league unless we pay for them, which is a lot of money, so we can't use them.
Wait. So you mean like people will get fined
Yes,
by
we'll
the
get
national?
fined. Don't. You can't even say that.
Well, Bill, what would they do to us? I mean, we're a nonprofit. We don't even have any money.
Well, in the fine print of the letter, it stated that if we mention anything that they have trademarked, they will shock my testicles.
What?
In order to do the bit, they have affixed a harness underneath my clothing to my undercarriage that gives electric shocks via remote. They have former head coach Herm Edwards and massage enthusiast Alan Dershowitz in Miami washing us on Laugh Lounge. And if I say anything that can be construed as infringing on their trademarks, I will get a shock to my testicles.
Bill, we don't have to do this bit.
Stacey, Hannah, no. I am a professional. We will do this for the fans!
It's your balls, Bill. So please give it up for Bill McKinley, everybody.
Thank you. Welcome to the tomorrow's large sporting event preview presented by the Applebee's at Lloyd Center. Well, a journey that started out in September with 32 teams is now down to just 2. The Kansas City... Oh! I'm sorry. A team from Missouri with the name of another state versus a team from San Francisco. Apple Brown Betty. Okay, I mean Northern California. Not the one who's moving, the other one, it's a real contrast of approaches, with the Missouri team having a high-powered throwing game, yes, and the other team who likes defense. Okay, so let's break down a sporting event and what to watch. So when the Missouri team has the ball, oblong thing that's brown. They have a person who throws that oblong brown thing. He's a very good arm, and the other receivers. God damn it! Why the delay, Alan? The catchers catch it and run. Now the Northern California team has several men who tackle Chris Apple very hard. They hit. They can guard not the position. Don't shock me, Herm. The catchers very well. On the other side, the Northern California team enjoys rushing. Running. No! Taking the oblong brown thing and not throwing it. Which puts pressure on the Missouri hitting people to not let them, dear God, my nuts. The halftime show will be J-Lo, fudge, Jennifer, the one from the block.
Okay.
You know.
Bill, just tell us, who are you picking?
I don't want to say.
Come on, do you like quarterback Patrick Mahomes and the high-scoring Kansas City offense? Or the San Francisco 49ers?
I think the key is that the 49ers. All right, Bill McKinley, everybody. Bill McKinley. You want to read his full preview of the game, you can go to our Tumblr page.
So can I be the announcer? While
Yes,
Bill is
yeah,
out?
I think, yeah.
May
Bill,
you
from his
take this
injuries?
from my cold, dead hands.
We don't really have a Tumblr. Okay. All right. I'm ready for some music. I'm so excited. I've been listening to this band a lot for 3 years, which is the day I discovered them. 3 years. Please welcome Siren and the Sea.
Maybe
it for you.
Yeah, wait, come here. Cool.
Yeah, it's not quite on yet. You can get closer.
Now it's on.
There it is. Thank you so much for being here. Very excited.
Can I hold this mug even though it's not mine?
Yes.
It just feels like.
Okay, yeah, you can drink some too.
No, I'm just gonna hold it.
Yeah. Okay.
This feels better.
Have you had anything to drink out of it yet?
I have. Yeah.
Okay.
Just drink it. Hydrate. Okay. Well, if you say so.
I'm sorry we don't have any water for you, which is the theme of your music.
It is.
So I became aware of you, but you've been playing since 2008.
Yes, in Portland. Yeah.
In Portland. Are you from here originally?
No, I am from sort of all over. I grew up in. I was born in Hawaii. I grew up in Miami. I made my way over here in 2008, just through a bunch of different channels. So. Yeah.
Great. And you're unfortunately you're going to be leaving soon.
I am.
Where
yes.
Where are you going and when?
I am moving to Los Angeles at the end of this month. If anybody needs to buy like a couch or a dresser, and, I've got like a bunch of Craigslist posts.
Yeah. Do you have a plan for going there?
No.
Or is it just to follow
no
the
plan.
industry?
I have like no job or home lined up, but I will be there in 28 days. So.
Well, that's gonna make it happen. Yeah. That's pretty great. So this Time with Feeling was the album 2017.
Yeah.
I heard it while it was getting mixed and
That's
then
so
fell in
cool.
love with it and
Thanks.
started listening to it, and mixed by Johan.
Yes.
Recorded, who is usually here with the Species.
Correct.
And now you have another album coming out this summer.
Yes.
Also water theme.
Yes, and maybe the last water one. I'm like ready for a new theme, but this one is called For Bathing. I've been working on it with my fabulous band.
Yeah, give it up for the band. And if you've been here before, you may have seen some of these guys. This is like a super group.
Yes.
Of people. They have performed individually and now
Yes,
together
but
in this configuration.
Ethan Fox Tucker of Ethan Fox Tucker, as well as Saroon, Ayal of Saroon, who also plays here, and then Judd, who owns Little Girdle. You should eat there. But we've all been working on some great tunes, and I'm really excited to put it out.
That's awesome. But you won't be here when you release. Are you going to come back?
I will be coming back. So at the end of the spring, I should be back. Please come to my album release.
What's your astrological sign?
Oh my God. Oh yeah, we just.
Well,
talked
I
about
was going to ask because she knows a lot about astrology.
just a little bit. Like a lot of water because I've got like.
So I was gonna say, it makes sense.
Yes, the moon's in Cancer, my rising's in Cancer, my sun is in Leo, my Venus is in Cancer, which sucks because it means I'm like really emotionally attached romantically, and it can be a little much.
But that's where all the angst comes from that fuels music, right?
Exactly, and then I use that to be a Leo on stage.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's amazing. So you really have the depth of your chart.
Yeah, I mean, as much as like any woman.
Have you had your chart done?
Yeah, I actually made my own
we heard that.
So, this is the person I am talking to.
I made my own chart.
You made your own chart.
Yeah.
You just were like burp burp burp.
Well, I had like a book that I read.
Okay.
And I made my own chart.
Awesome.
Like
That's
you
great.
picked what you wanted it to be.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. It's like I'm just gonna make my chart and then read it.
I want to be a Sagittarius.
Yeah.
What's your sign?
No, but my sun sign is Sagittarius, my moon sign's Gemini, and then my rising sign
Sagittarius, Gemini, and
is Pisces.
Pisces. So I guess it was accurate when you said as much as any woman. You just proved the case.
I mean, we met like backstage, and within 5 minutes, already knew everyone's details,
And now
so.
I know you.
Yeah, now
Yeah,
we're best
now we
buds,
know
so.
each other.
But you did improv here.
I did, and I
that
bombed.
was 2008 when we just opened.
I think so. Yeah, it was 2009, and I was in a group called Blank Slate at the time, and I did like the worst. I just like came out and decided that I was gonna do stuff to Jesus on stage, and my family had come. It was rough. I bombed so hard. It was really bad.
And by do stuff to Jesus,
I mean,
was like really inappropriate.
Like I went to
stuff
third
do.
base.
You like did everything with Jesus.
It's the fourth spike on the crucifix, yes.
Wow. That's amazing. But you were also part of like cool Portland history, which was Fall of the House.
I was not Follow the House, I was Follow the Band. Which
Follow
was like
the Band, that's right, which is
revival of
later.
Follow the House through Action Adventure.
That's right. That makes sense. So I did see you because I saw Follow the Band.
Yeah.
That's right. Does anyone remember that? It was Reed Students Action Adventure, and it was a serial improvised show. Did anybody here see that?
Yeah, like 10 people just raised their hand.
Yeah. This whole side just nodded. But this was Action Adventure did that when the old theater Portland used to have. We lost 4 theaters this year in Portland.
Killing me.
2 of them children's theaters. Yeah, it's tough. And we used to have Belmont Theater.
Yep.
And that's where a lot of those shows used to take place. It was like an affordable theater space.
I once saw a show where a guy was in a fish tank the whole time on that theater. You know?
Like that's the shit. This is the shit we're missing out on now, you guys. A guy was in a fish tank the whole time?
Yeah,
Really?
Yeah, he was like naked in a fish tank.
Naked, okay,
And I was
great.
like, this is art. Like, this is why I'm here.
I do. Triangle Productions used to always have naked people in their shows because nudity sells tickets.
It does.
It really does.
Yeah.
There is a show in the Edinburgh Fringe that happens every year, and it's called An Old Man in a Gorilla Suit in a Rocking Chair for 1 hour.
Oh, yeah.
And that is what it's called, and that's all it is. It's a person in a gorilla suit in a white rocking chair rocking for an hour. And it has turned into this huge phenomenon because the audience, much like tonight's audience, goes crazy and has started like interacting and like doing stuff, and so it's become a legend. So, you know, it's fun to experiment and see what happens. Are you gonna act when you go to LA? Or?
Oh God, I don't know about that. I feel like I'm like way too old for that, you know?
No.
Yeah.
No. We were talking about how it's never too old to start something.
I'm like 70 though, and I just feel like at this point in my life,
You're 70?
You're 70?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, there are people who have started at 70 and had
That's
great
true.
careers.
Like you said, I was gonna say old dogs, new tricks, but
I'd never said
no,
that.
you didn't. That is a lie. I never said it.
But you can't teach an old dog new tricks, is what I was saying. Actually, just learned that my old dog loves camping.
Oh.
He's 13 years old, and now I feel racked with guilt that I haven't taken him camping for his whole life. So, but he hates the car. Yeah. So anyway, where can people, you have a show coming up?
Yes, Mississippi Studios, February 26th, with my amazing band and a few other special guests. Blossom and Snugsworth will also be performing, so please come to that.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for chatting with us. And Christina will play again with Siren and the Thieves shortly. I love her voice so much.
Me too.
So excited. And now, you guys ready for some stand-up comedy? Yes! One of Portland's finest who did move to LA, but moved back because he's smart. So Christina, keep that in mind. We're always here for you to come back. Please give it up for Stephen Wilbur!
Hello. Hi. Oh. That took a lot out of me. Okay. Oh. All right. Hi. Oh, boy. Okay. Sorry. I'm bringing the wrong energy to the table right now. Woof and a doof, huh? Cards on the table. I broke a rule. I pre-gamed pretty hard before coming up on stage here tonight. Pre-gamed pretty hard. I am. Ha-cha-cha. I am literally yap hole to crap hole full of delicious pizza bagel bites. Just too many. Those bite-sized pizzas on wholesome little bagels. Too many. T-apostrophe-many of those. I feel them back here, back throat. feel like a stack of quarters, you know? But pizza bagel bites instead of legal tender. You remember oh my God. You guys remember the pizza bagel bite thing? No. Pizza in the morning, pizza in the evening, pizza at supper time. When pizza's on a bagel, you can eat pizza anytime. Eat 'em in the lunchroom, eat 'em on the playground, eat 'em at the science fair. With mini bagels topped with pizza, you can have pizza anywhere. Snacking at a concert, snacking at a dance club, snacking at a one-night stand. Holding 3 to 7 bagels, depending on the size of your hand. Pepperoni at the racetrack, sausage at a cockfight, 4 cheese at a funeral. With 3 delicious flavors, you are gonna wanna try them all. Want them at a rest stop, want them in a car trunk, want them in a shallow grave. After murdering that drifter, it's pizza on a bagel that you crave. You've barely eaten anything. It's too late. Does it get cold? Yeah, I hate that. Pizza in the office, pizza in the break room, no one suspects a thing. That drifter had no family, the police won't be looking. Whispers in the darkness, whispers when the wind blows, whispers coming from your head. It's the whispers of that drifter, thought you knew for sure that he was dead. Running from the guilt trip, running from the judgment, running from your mortal sins. All the showering in the world won't scrub the blood stains off your skin. Cops are at the front door. You're locked in the bathroom, choking on a gun barrel. The law will never take you alive. Hope there's pizza bagel bites in hell. Pizza bagel bites, delicious pizza on wholesome little bagels. Thanks, Mom. Kid. Thanks, Mom. Kid at soccer practice brought all his friends, didn't ask. My name is Stephen Wilbur. I identify as a chocoholic. My preferred pronouns are her, she. I recently moved in to a new apartment building, a real apartment style. I've lived in houses and apartment complexes, but this is like a real inner big city style, whole thing, the elevator, whole big city apartment living style building. And let me tell you, life is good. Huh? I love everything about this pad, man. Clawfoot tubs. It's like bathing in a giant hollowed out polar bear. Big old metal fire escape just aching for me and my 3 most racially diverse friends to drink Heinekens off of. The neighbors. Is that your world famous eggplant parmesan? I smell Mrs. Gagamagucciarelli. But my favorite part about big city apartment living, the soundtrack. I'm talking about the rhythm of the streets. A 24/7 playlist designed to go along a little movie I like to call Stephen Wilbur, Big in the City. Rhythm of the streets. Leaves rustling up from the wind. Crosswalk, letting pedestrians know that it's time to cross. Beep, 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 beep. Beep, 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 beep. 6 a.m. garbage truck. Baby bird tweeting on a telephone wire. Tweedledee, 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 615 recycling truck. Rain pitter-pattering on the shingles. 6:30 garbage truck for some reason. Wake up, Stephen! Wake the fuck up! I'm the devil! It's a little bit I'm working on called Rhythm of the Streets. It's fun. It's a fun one. I wrote that about 6:35 this morning. That's when I came up with that little nugget. Thank you very much. I've been Stephen Wilbur.
That guy, I wish you'd do something a little different from your regular stand.
I know, it's just the same old thing.
Take a risk, Stephen.
God.
Oh my goodness. Well, speaking of new things, we have a new show that's going to be happening in our other space monthly. Their first show's theme will be salsa, and we're going to bring them out to chat about it. Give it up for Rip N Roar! All right, Rip N Roar!
It's good to be here.
It is.
Good to have you here.
Can I just say I live on a street with 5 garbage trucks and 4 recycling trucks, and that was the most accurate thing I've ever experienced in my entire life.
It truly, I think we've all had that. If it's not at our own house, it's at a hotel. Or you guys enjoying that salsa?
Yeah, we love.
Do you want one?
And so I'm okay. Is it spicy?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, I mean,
God, this is so spicy.
no, I don't think it's spicy enough.
I think this has a blend of.
Oh, my wrist. You gotta be careful on that wrist.
Someone told us backstage that water apparently doesn't actually help.
It doesn't.
It just switches it around.
Yeah, you need like milk or cream or ice cream.
Yeah, you need dairy.
But I was like, I want
ranch.
Yeah. Ranch. Well, we might need to chug some ranch by the end of the night. This has habanero, ghost, and scorpion peppers in it.
Yeah, it's really good.
So what's your show? Rip N Roar.
Salsa.
So the first one, the theme is salsa. Are people just gonna come watch you, the 3 of you?
This is it.
Salsa?
Okay. Next Wednesday at 7:30. Thanks for having us.
So we rehearse in a dance studio, and so we're always seeing ourselves in the mirror along the bar. And it just caught our attention one day that we're 3 really hot, saucy men.
Yeah.
And
thank you.
It just like quickly evolved into salsa.
I know. We were like zip, zap, wait. Who are those hot dudes?
What else is hot?
Yeah. Which one of them is single? You'll never know. It's me.
I don't know if those of you who've been here before, if you recognize Jay Fluelli, my usual co-host here at Late Night Special.
Yeah.
Steve Nichols has been a writer, has done many pieces here. Now the three
Happy to
of
be
you,
here.
yeah, for Steve. And Ethan, you perform with Curious on showdowns and things as well. But now you're this super trio who finds yourselves attractive.
Thank you.
Well,
And attracted
Yeah, we just
to
like,
each other.
You find each other attractive? It's,
Well,
the way
I do, yeah, I do.
I think you're both hot.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
So just for reals, what is a little bit about your show that people might see?
Okay, it's every first Wednesday. It's in the Curious Annex Theater. Write it down. Pull your computer out of your pocket. Put it in your calendar.
Which is in this building,
it's
just
in this
facing
building.
the parking lot.
Yeah, and we're just three dudes, and we're just trying to do like an improv variety show that's fast paced. And we wanted to have a theme each month that was different. And this month we were just like salsa.
Because, full disclosure, the real reason is the first guest we booked is a dance group that Jay thought was a salsa dance group.
True.
So we started writing the whole show around, I was like, oh, salsa, it's also the Super Bowl. That's perfect. Oh, and then we can also like do stuff with like hot sauce. And by the time we had the show like half written, Jay was like, oh yeah, it's actually not salsa. It's called zouk. It's like a Brazilian. It's salsa adjacent.
So full disclosure, where are you from, Jay?
Like, what do you mean?
Like what's your you're from? Aren't you from Gresham?
Yes, Gresham.
Yes, you grew up bathed in salsa culture.
I did.
So you knew the nuances of Latin music and dance.
Yeah, like ask me about avocados.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Jay, tell us what you know about avocados. Okay.
They're good. Also, I don't think that this is hot enough. Should we add something hotter to the
Yes.
sauce?
Yes.
So this is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Not gonna do
Let's
that.
do it. Let's do it.
We need a
You wanna
wave.
do it?
Yeah, what I love is that you took Hannah out immediately with the lowest level of
No,
heat,
I'm
and
into
now
it. It's fine.
We're just try a little dip. A little
yeah,
bit.
she's totally in now. She's lost her. I think her taste buds are numb.
Just do like a little thing.
Like, oh wait, I brought an implement.
What is the hottest salsa you can buy?
That is it.
What's it called? Spoon?
It's called Atomic.
Carl's one of the writers, he suggested this. He said it'll ruin your night.
How's your night going?
Should I not do it?
Yeah, you
Pinky's
should not,
up.
You should not do this.
Okay, I'm gonna do it. I'm
Do
free.
it.
I got this.
You're gonna do it.
We are gonna.
This is for
perform
comedy, okay?
I'm scared.
Yeah, you should be scared.
Stacey?
Oh man, I was being really quiet
Stacey?
over here, hoping that nobody would try to get me to do it.
Here we go.
I'm the biggest spice baby in the world.
You already did it?
Okay, if I can't do anything
Oh!
for the show.
Oh, it tastes terrible.
I don't even notice it.
I think
I don't think I got it.
I think I put it exactly on the worst spot on my tongue for heat, the front middle of the tip of my tongue.
I'm getting a
Oh my
chocolate
God.
note.
The tannin.
I hope you have milk in that mug.
I don't.
It's the hint of wet stone. You guys get that? Wet stone?
It's like a Peruvian bathhouse.
Okay, Jay.
It's like that. Oh my God. It's like I licked a volcano.
That's not that bad, y'all.
What?
Yeah, I feel good.
Yeah.
Where on your tongue? Does anyone know where on your tongue the hottest, like the sense, the taste buds for heat are? Aren't there different umamis in the back or the?
Well, the heat is really pretty much, it mostly hits your vagus nerve, which kind of runs around here. Get that away from me.
Don't do it.
Oh God, no.
Don't do it. One of us needs to be able to talk.
So one of us has to be the designated survivor.
Go down with the shit.
Tiny dab.
Oh my God.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a very special guest coming up. We do have a word from our sponsor, Anthony. Come on.
Give it up for Rip N Roar.
Next Wednesday, 7:30.
my tongue hurts so bad I might throw up.
Woo! It's getting worse and worse.
Well, Lowell was not joking. We do it. Yeah, it doesn't stop. It's relentless. We make this show every week. It's not cheap. Salsa costs money.
It does.
So we do have sponsors. Please welcome Carl with a word from our sponsor, Applebee's. Yeah.
Applebee's, thank you guys. Eating good in the neighborhood. Wait, perhaps I've misunderstood. See, I've been around the block more than one time, my eyes and heart open, but I could not find this neighborhood eatery. Google Maps has defeated me. Because what I've got on my mind is endless popcorn, shrimp, $8.79, a Corona and lime, don't eat that rind. A supper so sublime, where are you, Applebee's? It's 9:15. Parentheses open. You might think I was joking about this endless shrimp, fried and battered. $8.79's a steal, but the fact of the matter is, depending on your specific location, your elected officials might require taxation. The two truths to life, death and taxes. So let's close this parenthetical set of facts. So your Google Maps does not lie. There's no Applebee's nigh. So let loose a sigh, get high, and prepare to drive. Because I have verified, the suburbs have got me terrified. The way the people stare and glare at the things that I wear, but I don't despair because I know where to find fare from Bucksport to Bel Air. And what's more, mon cher, a table for two. I've got that prepared. Now, after you're seated, I'll take a minute repeating the specials that you will fantasize about eating. A loaded shrimp fajita with a combination of a lime dollarita, a combination as good as Jeffrey Epstein and Lolita. Or try 2 for $22 and we will cook for you any fucked up combination of food. A chicken wonton taco plus a dish from Morocco. We don't police our cooking like some foodie Gestapo. And for dessert, the last dealt round, undo your button and let your belt down. Because you're gonna get the triple fudge motherfucking chocolate meltdown. So if you don't have food allergies and enjoy 1,000 or so calories, and you're not offended by my Jeffrey Epstein analogies, then drop in if you could. Before 10 would be good. And come see what we've got cooking in our neighborhood. Applebee's.
What is that?
I thought this was ice cream, so I took a big mouthful.
That is sour cream.
It's sour cream. This has defined my week because,
oh no, it's in
Yeah,
my eyes.
Tabby at the bar
It's in
got
my
you some. That one is half and half, one is sour cream. Yeah.
Thank you. There's nothing like a huge mouthful of sour cream.
So did the drug accountant just like throw some cash at you?
He did. They just got some big tips. No, so a couple days ago, I woke up and I was taking a pill in the morning, and I went to take a gulp of water, and I used these little rocks glasses, and I picked it up. I took my pill, and I gulped the water to take it down, and it was vodka.
Oh!
My roommate had left a glass of vodka out in the glass that I don't. You are weeping.
I'm rinsing my eye out because I got it in my eye.
Oh no! Oh wow!
Oh! Yay! We come together.
Can't believe it. Here, let's put some sour cream in your eye.
I'm good. Thank you.
Here's some sour cream in your eye.
But yeah, I drank vodka in the morning, and I was very drunk. Because I don't handle my alcohol really well.
So you're just drunk all day?
Just like the first half of the day.
Well, do you want some milk, or are you good with the sour cream?
I'm good with the sour cream
great,
now,
yeah.
and I didn't get it in my eye. Thank you, that was super sweet. All right, we have one more guest and a little more music before we go. And I love Canada. My friend who's giving his kidney is Canadian. I think they're the nicest people in the world.
Yeah, we are.
Oh, yeah, Canadians here? Oh, well, welcome, Canadians.
That's such a Canadian way to say it too, like hello, like
He
so
was like,
kind.
yes, we are. We're very kind.
Gentle.
And this is an ongoing segment we have called Canadians We Love. Please welcome Michelle. Come on out. Come here, Michelle.
I need to hold all my beverages.
Thank you so much. It was so fun to play with you earlier tonight. How many people saw Michelle earlier tonight? Yeah. She's hilarious and fantastic. So great to have you. Thanks for visiting our country.
Thank you for having me. Wow.
So you live in Toronto.
I live in Toronto.
And you're originally from the Maritimes.
Yes.
Tell us something Americans don't know about the Maritimes, which is pretty much everything.
Should it be in this list?
No,
Is
no,
this where we
something,
go?
yeah, something
Oh.
real.
Something that, in a town close to me, we have the largest lobster statue in all of North America.
Wow.
And I know it doesn't matter to you, but we're all real proud.
Yeah.
We talk about it more than we should, and we're like, oh, I can't wait to see the lobster this summer. We get pretty stoked on it, and it's not a big deal. But when you get there, you'll realize why.
And then you moved to Toronto specifically to do comedy and pursue that.
Yeah.
How long have you been there?
I've been there for 5 years.
That's great. And you direct a sketch show there that's ongoing?
Yeah.
How's that? What's the sketch show like? How do you create it? You create a different show every week?
It's a different, so I'm the director, and then every month I have 5 new people come in, and we write a completely new show, and we put it on, and it's like very loose, very weird, and it's always messy. It's very messy. And I know you're like, ugh, this sounds weird, just like that lobster bit. It's so good when you're there. It's so good.
That's awesome.
That's all I can share.
And what, I'm afraid to scratch my eye.
Don't touch your eye.
Did you touch your eye?
Yes.
Oh.
You did.
I'm fine.
And you work at Second City. You've done some work with Second City.
Yeah.
What do you do with Second City?
I was on their house co-team at Second City, and I used to work at their front desk, and then weaseled my way in. But then I went away tree planting, and I was like, I'll be back soon.
So you plant trees every summer?
Yeah.
For how many months?
4 months at a time.
And when you go, are you just completely gone, cut off from
living in
everything?
a tent for 4 months at a time.
That's amazing. And what do they drive up and give you trees, and then you plant them all day, like little seedlings? How do you get those trees? Are they seeds? Are they little? I mean, there are people who do trees that are this big.
Stacey
Yeah.
in the woods.
You're saying she pulls the trees from one place and plants them in another place. Somebody needs to provide these trees. Yes.
So we're all maybe it's 60 of us in a camp. We're in a campsite. In the morning, we drive an hour to the block, which is where we plant the trees. We got seedlings about this big. Maybe there's 300 in your bags at the time. Then you plant till you've planted too many trees. And you get paid per tree. It's 10 cents to 25 cents per tree. If it's a 25-cent per tree, it means the land is shit. And you're gonna be stung or stuck or chased by a bear. And sometimes it's all free. Oh no. Yeah, I've been doing that job for 5 years, and I need to stop. One time I got chased by wolves. It's a real thing. I shouldn't bring this up. Just
No,
nice
you
to tell
absolutely
someone.
should bring this up. So what does one do when one is being chased by wolves?
Okay, what wolves? Okay. Let's get into it.
Yeah.
My friend has a dog named Marvin. You take dogs tree planting because wow, they're the loves of your life. So you let him loose, and you're like, Marvin's a good boy. Go on, Marvin, get. And Marvin's like trotting around, and then he meets some wolf friends, and Marvin's like, these are so cool. These guys are my best friends. And what wolves do is they like meet a new animal, and they'll try to trick dogs. Be like, you're a new best friend, Marvin. We love you. Come deeper in the woods with us. And Marvin's like, hell yeah. But they do that so they can kill them. Yeah, so Marvin doesn't know this. And like, he's all excited, but he sees my friend, who is Marvin's owner, her name's Ida. And she was like, Marvin, get over here. And Marvin's like trotting up, like, meet my new best friends. And just surrounded by a pack of 3 wolves. And so Marvin comes to us, and then there's a wolf on like each side of us, and we're like, thanks a shit ton, Marvin. Great, good stuff. So then we end up climbing a slash pile, and that's all of the things that the lumber people didn't want to take from a cut forest. They're like, put it all there. Make sure there's lots of pointy sticks in it. So we were like, great, let's get the dog and climb on top of this thing and wait there for an hour until the wolves get bored. And also Marvin was like, I don't get it, let me go. And we're like, holy shit, we're gonna die. Because, yeah, did we have radio service? No, we just had to wait. Anyways, I'm not going back there this year.
Awesome. Well, one of yeah, exactly. I'm so glad you survived.
Yeah, me too. Honestly,
I'm sure you are as well. So one of the things I love about Canadians the most is that Canadians love to lie to Americans about Canada, because they're so saturated with information about us, but we know nothing about them, and we'll believe it. Is this true? Have you? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Which is something I've spent enough time in Canada now to have learned. So we've had Michelle prepare some lies and some truths, and we have to see if we can figure out which are the truths and which are the lies.
yeah, the wolves were true. Yeah. Anyways, let's get to it. How does it work? Do you shout like true or false, and then I go?
You could actually speak whether we're right or wrong. Well, Hannah and I will guess. And why don't we get? Is there an audience member who wants to play for a prize? Who's not Canadian? Come on up.
Yeah.
Come on up. Fantastic. Do we have a mic? Come on in. What's your name? Catherine, give it up for Catherine. Catherine, have a seat. Don't peek, though. Don't peek. Dana's going to get you a mic. Give it up for Dana.
Yeah.
We love Dana. Okay, great. So you read it out. We'll make our guesses. We'll let the audience participate, help us out, and then you tell us whether we're right or wrong.
I love it.
Okay.
What do I do?
You're going to guess.
Okay.
Yeah. Hold tight. Once she does it, I'll come to you. We'll see. Okay.
All right. Okay. Yeah, we're doing it.
We're doing it.
The famous Canadian interjection A is defined in the Canadian Oxford Dictionary. True or false?
I think true.
I think it's false.
I think true.
Wait, in what dictionary?
You said the Canadian Oxford Dictionary?
Yeah.
Doesn't exist.
Question.
Why would that be the part we lie about? We've got dictionaries, and it's true. We use it so much, you're probably like, when she's gonna say it? But, you know, you're not Canadian, so I won't even. I don't know why I'm dissing you. I'm so sorry.
There it is. There it is. There's the apology.
Oh, no. Okay. Next question. Now, answer. Woo. Okay. There's a statue of Anne of Green Gables that's outside Parliament, and that's dedicated to Lucy Maud Montgomery.
True.
False.
It's false. Yeah. Why would we have a statue of Anne of Green Gables? A fictional character.
That sounds nice.
Yeah. That sounds nice. It sounds nice. No, it also sounds nice. A Sunday.
What? Do you mean the day or the ice cream?
Who knows? Next question. Moose sausage is a staple at every Canadian diner. Most.
False.
False.
True.
Which one is it?
They're guessing false, I'm guessing true.
Yeah, it's false.
Yeah!
Moose are gentle and they're mostly scary. So
that was such a contradictory. You're gentle.
Next question.
Okay, all right.
I don't know, have you ever, like, you see one from a distance, you're like, nice. You get closer, you're like, scary.
True.
It's the same. If they're at a breakfast restaurant, on the menu, nice. In front of you, scary. Not you. You have weird meat here too. Alligator?
That's Florida.
Sure.
Yeah.
Florida? But that's
actually delicious.
I was like, moose meat, Canada. You're like, okay. Alligator meat, only in Florida. Yeah, you're right. Still in America. Okay.
Well, yeah.
We're so
we've disconnected. We've distanced ourselves from Florida as much as we can.
Florida loves pit bull. Anyways. I worked on a cruise ship in Florida, and like every week we get off in Miami, people would just be blasting like 2008 Pitbull, and I was kind of in heaven. I don't know. Okay, Canada is the second biggest country and has the most coastline of any country. Coastline has, it's like where water meets land.
Oh, okay.
Could you use it in a sentence? Okay.
Yeah, it's got a lot of coastline.
Second largest country and the most coastline.
Yeah.
I'll say true. What do you think, Bill?
Absolutely true. They've got all those islands up there. Yeah.
Yeah, why do you say false?
Canada doesn't seem that big. Like,
that hurts.
Sorry.
Canada's really big and really cool.
It's huge. The Yukon alone, right?
Yeah, hell yeah. It is. I don't know why. Okay, it is true. It's true. Yeah, I'm not even lying. Look at that. True.
We know nothing. One more.
Out of all of them?
So yeah, pick one more, and while you do, I used to do a stand-up bit where I talked about the Prime Minister of Canada, and I would ask a room of 300 people, Americans, if they could name it, and they never could. But now that there's Justin Trudeau, I can't do that anymore because everybody knows Justin Trudeau.
And nobody knew Stephen Harper.
Nobody knew Stephen Harper.
Sure.
If anyone yelled out Stephen Harper, it would be the Canadian who was in the audience.
Right.
All right, last one. Pick your favorite.
Okay, here we go. And this one is something, okay. Hey, I'm from Riverview, New Brunswick. You don't know where that is.
Nope.
But God, it's good. And in that town, we have on the newspaper for a week, loose rooster, please capture. True or false?
True. Wait, what? Police capture.
Please capture the loose rooster. Sorry, I should have made that a better fact, but
it's true.
It's true.
Yes! All right, that was amazing. Now, Catherine?
That's my name, yeah.
Catherine, you lost horribly. I'm still gonna give you a prize. Do you live here in town?
I do not. I live in Seattle.
Okay, but you'll be back?
I'll be back.
All right, great. We'll give you 2 free tickets to come back to Curious Town.
Yeah!
You can get those up from up at the house manager, left at the door on your way out. Give it up for Catherine. Give it up for Michelle, everybody. Give it up for Michelle. Thank you so much. Michelle, everybody. Yay! Canada. We've come to the near end. Yeah.
Damn.
We have one more bit for you, which is we're going to have another song by this wonderful band. Please give it up for Siren and the Sea.
watch this go anywhere farther than you want this to? Do I just stay or move? You know I was testing, you know I was asking you not run away to the beat of the test, and no one expects you to always relax, man. It's not like I left you to be my own person. If I had and if I had and if